Hey everybody, I'm out here working on the young black throat enclosures today. And I know last time I had you guys out here with me, I did the form and poured the slab here. I decided I've got too much on my plate right now, so I'm going to put the same hide box that they were using in there. It's got a heat mat in there. This will be a female's enclosure later, so I will build a lay box for it. But also this morning, I finished the pass-through door. I can do a video on that while I'm working on the new enclosures and show you how I did that. But I believe this is the male. Oh yeah, that's the male out right now. The female was just out and she ran into her hide box. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on the chesty and we'll throw the shelves together. I already got them all pre-cut, drilled, all ready to go. Build the shelves and we'll get some branches in here. We'll get this set up. Today is feeding day and I will get these two moved into this enclosure so I can go through the next enclosure immediately following. And the reason why I'm rushing to do this, tonight is the first night that we're going to see into the 50s. I think it's 59, 58. So again, the issue with where they are is they have a tunnel into the ground and it might be keeping them warm enough, but I can't guarantee it. I know that their hide box will keep them warm enough, so I would prefer knowing that they're in their hide box. I'm not going to dig a hole in the middle of the night and look for an animal to make sure it's warm enough. So we'll get them in here. I know that they'll be using the hide box, and then we'll work on the next enclosure. And then I'm going to separate these two, because what keeps happening is when I feed, one or the other is in the hole, and the one that's out will eat its food. And no matter how much I try to separate the food and put it over by the hide box where the other one is, or the tunnel, one lizard ends up eating both animals' food. And then it's too much food. And some of the times they end up throwing up that food. So both animals are thinner than I would like to see when they're in such a strong growth spurt. Like right now at this size, they are seeing a lot of growth. They're just exploding, and they need to be fed more regularly, and I wouldn't say bigger meals, but more regularly. And if they miss a meal, it's just, I mean, they're not thin on the hips, but I still would like to see them fed a little bit better. So we're going to separate the two animals so that can happen. Anyways, let's get started. All right, since I have this already all pre-drilled, this is going to go pretty fast. Just get the 45s where they're sitting flat. I think I like it right there. Now I used white pine here because where they're sitting, they're going to spend a lot of time. And like right now, he's on some natural wood, but he's sitting on pressure treated wood, which I don't like. So I want their best place to rest to be white pine. And the way I have it with these little pressure treated blocks between it, keeps air on the lumber, keeps it dry. And on the enclosures that I did first, what are we, about 1.5 years with the first enclosure? Actually, no, quite a bit longer. When John and Jane had theirs, and the first row was the chicken coop in their cages. I mean, those shelves have been outside a long time, and they're not rotting because they're able to dry out well. So, all right, so this should, the shelves like this, if each one is 6 inches longer than the last, should work out right with those spacers. Nice sturdy shelf. And now I need to get a branch that'll be convenient for them to crawl up there on. Again, I know I want to build that lay box in there, so I don't want the branch to interfere with that. I don't want to have the problem that I have on the other side with where you can't open the lid on the hide box. So I don't want to have that problem. Sometimes you got to mess with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shut you guys off and show you the finished product. All right, we're back. Finished filling up their water. It's done and clean. Got this nice piece of driftwood. Good way for them to climb up. There's room for them underneath there to come up and sit up on this shelf. And the male's right up here, and I know I got their food ready. All I have to do is show him this plate of food, and I'll get him into this enclosure. Set his eggs over here, and I'm just going to come on. What's really funny is Pinky across the hallway. She's like, I'll come for the food. Okay, he's on the ground. He's shooting in here. We'll get him over to his food. And there you go. All right, so the male is in here. We'll close the door. You know the pass-through is still open. What we may do is actually shut the pass-through. It's not latched yet. It's the female I know is in the hide box. So we can go through and unscrew the hide, and we'll just carry her over. I would love to get her to eat first without him. Okay. I know. Trying to hold you softly. Her food. Maybe because she's out, she'll eat. You don't know. No, she may run and go hide. Never really saw her as being so shy. Come on. Well, hopefully she gets the food. If not, I will check on her. If he eats all of it, well, she's thinking she wants his food. Okay, so now I will break down this enclosure and do the same thing. Pour a slab in here, do a single hide box, and then I'll be able to separate those two animals until it's time for them to breed. All right. So we've been working on these, the younger black throat monitor enclosures, trying to separate these two 2-year-old animals, the male and female. So this is the second enclosure. I did the shelf today. I had poured the slab just yesterday afternoon. I already pulled the form off, moved the dirt in, got all the wood screwed up and everything. So should be good. Got the heat pad already plugged in, the water already clean and good, and the male is ready to move into his new enclosure. And I wish you guys could see this, but these brown anoles right here are battling it out. Both of them posturing. They're putting on a show while I'm trying to film this. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this male to walk over. What I'm gonna do is take some chicken for some animals that didn't finish their meals yesterday. And it's cool out, so it's okay that everybody's not. Here we go. Come on. Come on. It's as easy as that. He's almost all the way in. Tail's in. He's in his enclosure. And he ate his food and her food yesterday. So she'll be able to, we're walking back into the enclosure. So there's one tray that he ate with the egg whites still in it. The other tray. And there she is above the door right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and set her up with food. She'll come down as she warms up and she'll get a good feed. So, and then a little bit later on, we'll go ahead and I guess once we're done with the other enclosure and have time, we'll build her a leg box. But I don't think she's ready until maybe next summer or maybe even a little longer. We'll see what happens. All right. I'm just touching back after lunch and I came out to check on the young black throats. And the female, she ate the 2 eggs and the chicken thigh that I left for her. And she's already out on her new shelf, enjoying the sun. And the male is just right on the other side of the screen, trying to get as close as he can to her. So this was good. That's what we needed, was her to eat a good meal. By separating these animals, that's no longer going to be a problem. I'll let her enjoy her sun and not disturb her. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. See you soon.